Hi, and welcome back to Saucy Saturday here at Food FAQ.
My favorite day of the week.
Isn't it? I kind of love these episodes.
Yeah, they're fun. I think they're more instructional than our other podcasts. Our other podcasts is, I think, it's kind of like more funny.
Well,
we're funny anywhere.
You know,
but we're fucking hysterical. At least we find each other funny.
That's all that matters.
But exactly, yeah, we're like our own best audience.
Amen.
But I like it because I think we can get to a little bit more in depth into one type of recipe. And I think it's a lot of fun to be able to do that.
And this being Super Bowl themed, if you didn't catch our last episode, we give you two amazing recipes that you can catch. So don't lose out on listening to last Thursday's episode. But today, we're going to go into what Eric has dubbed. What did you dub it? The turkey?
Well, wings. It is like, Maria.
No.
It is like the turkey to your Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Which is, now you say it.
Which is wings.
Yes. Wings. You're right. You're so insightful.
That's the showstopper for your Super Bowl party. Because that's one that's going to fill people up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that they're going to remember the most.
I
mean, don't get me wrong. The other recipes are going to remember too. But the wings, that's the stuff that you bring out. And they're so good. And I will say, chicken's a little pricey right now. But it's worth it.
I agree. And so we're going to talk about two different ways to do this.
Yes.
You can go in the more in-depth route, which of course stars the air fryer.
The air fryer.
So what did you do when you bought your wings?
Okay, so I bought the raw wings, right? I mean, like, even the ones that you have to, like, chop up to separate the flat from the drumstick.
Ooh, are you a flats man or are you a drumstick man?
I'm a drumstick.
I'm a flat.
I'm a drumstick person.
That means we're never going to fight. I love that.
We're not, at least over wings. Right.
What
other things we'll fight about.
Nah.
And now that other little third piece that no one eats, by the way, I saved that in the freezer and I put it with my other chicken carcasses, and I will make a delicious broth out of that later. It's
called a wingtip, y'all.
Yep. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. So, okay. So I went ahead and I did buy the wings. I actually got I think 4 pounds of wings for $16.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
It really was not bad.
No.
So the price has gone down, but so I bought 4 pounds for about $16. And so what I did is I just took the wings, put them in a bowl, and I salted them, peppered them, put a little bit of garlic powder on it, and I put some paprika on there because I want some color. And
salt?
Mixed it up. Yeah, salt. I had mentioned that if you're...
I don't know if I can't remember shit, Eric. Hello.
Paying attention to me. I literally said that.
But
you're not, because you asked if I put salt on it, and I literally just said salt.
Shut up. Go ahead.
Anyways, so, okay, let's go over it again. If people aren't listening like Mariela, salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, maybe a little bit of onion powder, and paprika. Because I just want some color. I did not do a smoked paprika. You can, but I just did it for a little bit of color. And I went ahead and I put it in my air fryer at about 400 degrees for about 35 minutes.
Did you turn them in the process?
I actually did not, because I forgot them. Okay. I totally forgot. And so, okay. So this goes, how crispy do you want your wings?
Right.
Okay. I like them pretty crispy.
Me too.
So 35, 40 minutes. I like them pretty crispy. I actually did 2 batches. I did one in the air fryer and I did one in the oven because I wanted to see
the difference,
how they came out. Okay. Other ones are still great, but the air fryer ones gave you, Mariela, wait.
Yeah.
I'm missing one ingredient.
Olive oil.
Yes. Olive oil, because I want to attach the spices to the wing, but, baking soda.
Oh, I've heard of this. So tell me about it.
Yes. And so I mixed the baking soda in with it. I put a good amount, you could coat it. And so olive oil, your spices, baking soda, mix it together. And then I lined my air fryer with aluminum foil.
Yeah, please.
And because it's going to destroy it. And then I put it in to bake in the air fryer. And what it did is it formed like a little crust around it and it made it really crispy.
Yum.
It was so good. So I took the wings when they were done, 35, 40 minutes, again, depending on how crispy you like them. I don't like gelatinous wings.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So when they were done, maybe 5 minutes before they were done, just like similar to one of the recipes. Because what I wanted to do is with my sliders and my wings, I want to keep the recipe very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So you do not have to go out and purchase a bunch of stuff.
Makes sense.
Put a quarter stick of butter in a pan, let it melt, put about 2 or 3 heaping teaspoons of garlic, let it melt in there. And then I poured it over the wings and then took a lot of Parmesan cheese, not the ones in the green container.
We know.
Okay. Threw it all in there. I mean, I did a lot of Parmesan cheese. Threw it all in there, mixed it up.
Coat.
And it just like all melted together. And it was delicious. And the wings were crispy. And they just had this wonderful buttery taste.
And you didn't fry them again?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Yeah.
I didn't fry them again.
Interesting.
Nope. They were great. And then put them out on a platter to serve them. And they just disappeared. They were so good.
Did you dunk them in something?
You didn't need to.
That sounds good.
Because when you take them out of the bowl and you put them on a plate, you then pour the remainder of that sauce over it. It was so good. And you could play it up a little bit. If you want to maybe squeeze some lemon on it, you can squeeze some lemon on it. That would actually be really good.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to throw like parsley flakes on it, if you want to throw hot pepper flakes on it, if you want to throw some basil on it, you can do that as well.
You're going to hate me, but I'm going to say something.
What?
I almost want to put like the ranch powder on it.
Fuck you.
That shit sounds so fucking good to me.
Okay,
I don't
you know what? You're fired from Food FAQ.
No, I love ranch powder. That shit is good.
I love ranch powder too, but there's no place for ranch powder here. One, you're going to get a lot of saltiness from the Parmesan. Okay. You're going to already salt your wings and stuff like that. I mean, I guess you can go that method instead of, because the thing is, when I seasoned it, of course we season everything. Yeah. But when I seasoned it, I just seasoned it enough that I knew I was going to put like a butter garlicky sauce on this.
Right. Makes sense.
So you don't want to like overkill. If you were going to do like a ranch wing, I think go ahead, put olive oil on it, dredge them in ranch, and go ahead and do the same thing with the baking soda. Mm-hmm. It's baking soda, not baking powder.
Right.
And I think you could probably just almost leave it at that. If you wanted to maybe make a sauce over it, do the same thing with the butter, put some ranch seasoning in it and pour it over. I think if you want to do something like that, only because that ranch is going to be very prevalent and I think it's going to block the other flavors.
Right. And another thing.
So I don't think your ranch wing is a bad idea. It might be actually really good.
Right. I think it could work too. I guess my point is, I have 2 things to say. You can really season this with anything that you have. Mm-hmm. Because wings they love, like any flavor you attach to a wing will stick and it'll be right on that little crunchy layer that you bite into. Yes. So you can't go wrong, really. You really can't go wrong. Another thing I want to add is don't bother marinating your chicken wings. First of all, marinating meat is pretty useless. It doesn't really do a lot. Number 2, unless you do it with salt. Salt does help flavor get in. Other than that, you're wasting your time. Another thing I want to say is wings also don't take on flavor too well, only what's on top.
Correct.
You know? So don't worry too much about these. Like all you have to do really is just season them lightly and put them in that air fryer, and the air fryer will work the magic for you. It is not hard or intimidating. Because I remember when I first started making wings at home, I was like, oh shit, look at me, I'm a boss making wings at home, but it's really easy.
Yeah. I think one thing I really want to put in here.
Yeah.
It needs to be wings. It needs to be a bone-in wing.
Oh, yeah.
Because wings are fatty. And when you're cooking something at a high temperature that long, it needs to be fatty. I hate eating meats with bone. I really do.
Yeah.
Prefer wings over essentially chicken tenders is what a boneless wing is.
Yeah.
And it's going to absorb a lot more flavor. Leave the skin on. Don't deskin them.
No, you can't. They're useless if you do.
Right. You're going to end up with like a really like horribly hard
drum
piece of meat.
Ew, like who the fuck eats like a chicken leg anymore? Have you ever tried to eat a chicken leg recently? They're fucking gross.
No, I don't eat chicken legs.
They have like tendons and shit. I'm like, who wants to eat this? It's like a booby trap. It's a landmine. I can't stand them. And I've tried because they're so cheap, but they are for all intents and purposes, useless. Useless. Anyway.
Chicken thighs are pretty cheap too.
Thighs are fine. Like I find thighs are palatable if you make them with barbecue sauce, like I can deal, or I could make them in a soup. A soup, they're unparalleled when it comes to making soup. A thigh is amazing. But a chicken leg, I just feel like who the fuck eats chicken leg? Unless you put it on a barbecue. Maybe.
Right.
Anyway,
I don't think so.
I digress because we're not here to talk about that. We're talking about the wing. The wing is king. And then I made something too, but mine was a little bit different. Say you don't have time or desire to disembowel a chicken wing and cut it into all its pieces and all its parts, which is it's not an easy job to do, to cleave them. No. It's not easy. Say you do this, right? My supermarket, Publix, sells chicken wings that are fried. Mm-hmm. They don't have a coating on them. They're just like fried wings.
Right.
And you can just buy them. They're delicious on their own. But this is what I did. I made a sticky Asian glaze. And I made this by combining about a teaspoon of vegetable oil, some salt and pepper, ginger, which I always buy the ginger that is pureed and in frozen cubes. I find it to be the most accessible and easy thing to do with ginger if you like to use it on a whim. A little bit, about 2 teaspoons of honey. I did 4 tablespoons of brown sugar, 5 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then I chopped up 2 cloves of garlic. I don't actually chop it. I use my microplane and I grate it. A microplane is a really good tool to have.
It is.
You know, because I use it for ginger, I use it for garlic, sometimes I use it for onion. It's kind of good for alliums and like those like power punch things that you use in the kitchen. So it's a worthy tool to invest in, and they're not too expensive. Anyway, you put all that shit together in a small pot and you wait for it to bubble and sizzle. You boil it for at least 2 to 3 minutes and then you set it aside. I made mine the day after because when I bought the chicken wings, I was exhausted. So I did it the day after. I got them out of the fridge. I set them in my air fryer on aluminum foil. Guys, anything you do in the oven, put it on aluminum foil. Don't hate yourself into fucking cleaning a pan. Yeah. I don't clean one pan if I don't have to.
So when you bake, use parchment paper because it's so much easier just to take it all off and all you gotta do is like wash it down really quick and you're not sitting there scrubbing and scouring your pots and pans.
Yeah. Future you will thank past you. You guys are going to be buds if you do this with everything you make. But I went ahead and I heated up the wings at, I want to say it was like 375 for 5 minutes. And then they were nice and crackly. When you put wings in the air fryer, like if you buy them and from the store or from anywhere and you put them in the air fryer to reheat them, it's just like pizza. It's almost better than when you actually bought the food fresh. I did that. And then I put the wings inside a big bowl. I have this big bowl that I like to use to toss things into. And I poured the sauce over it and I just tossed the wings nice and cute all over them. And then I put them back into the air fryer and I bake them again for about 4 minutes. Holy shit. It was fucking delicious because they get sticky and they get the little crispy edges a little bit because, you know, the soy sauce and the honey burn a little bit. Oh my God. They're so freaking good. And this is an easy thing you can do. Super simple. You can get a store-bought wing and make the sauce and add a little bit of zhuzh, but you didn't have to do as much work.
I like that you bought the store-bought wings because one, it can save a lot of time. And again, if you're serving a lot of people at a Super Bowl party and your budget's a little bit more fluid, then go ahead and do this. And I think what's great also is if, let's say it's just you and your family, it's going to be pretty cost effective in a way to just do the ready-made wings because it's just going to save you a lot of time.
Absolutely.
And so I really like that. I purchased the raw wings because I actually could not find non-battered cooked wings.
I hate battered wings. Who the fuck batters a wing?
I'm fine if it's a fried wing. Like that's totally fine with it. But I feel it's going to just take away from what I wanted, which is that sauce and that delicious from it. So I just felt like I'm totally good with a fried chicken wing, but I just felt it would take away from it.
Totally.
And so I could not find anything that was fried that was not battered. And so I figured since you were doing the pre-cooked one, it was better if I did the uncooked one.
Yeah.
And again, I tried both and in the air fryer, it won hands down.
Absolutely. And you can make Eric sauce for the pre-cooked wings as well.
Absolutely. You know, just use a base, butter, oil, whatever base you want to use, and then tweak it from there.
Absolutely. That's the idea. It's like you buy one thing and then you can make many different flavors from the one thing. So you're serving your guest a variety, but you're not killing yourself with time and you're not killing your budget. So you zhuzh the sauce and you make the wing brand new. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah. Or a chicken.
Or a chicken.
Or chicken wing.
All right, you guys. We hope you enjoy all of these Super Bowl festivities, whatever they may be. And I hope Taylor Swift wins. And I don't know.
Go Taylor.
All right, you guys. We hope you enjoyed this Saucy Saturday. Don't forget to leave us a review on your favorite podcast player. Follow us on social media. All the good stuff. Because we're here for you. Show us what you're doing.
Email
We love seeing it.
We love emails. Email us.
Email us. Yes. All right, you guys. We love you. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.